Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. Before we get into today's subject, I just want to take a moment to thank new subscribers. I have been occasionally getting notified by YouTube that I got a new subscriber. I put the person's name up and I thank that person. It's very rare that I go and check my channel. I'm just not a technical person. I guess if I ever have enough subscribers that I can monetize the channel, then YouTube will let me know. Actually, I get a monthly report in my email of how the channel is doing. So I don't go on the channel and check how I'm doing. I happened to be looking the other day and I have more subscribers than I thought I had. I thought I had about 100, maybe 100, 203. It's over 150. It's still just a little fledgling subscriber base. I hope to grow it, but I do want to thank everybody who's subscribing. I'm not getting notified of everybody. So if you've subscribed and you're watching this vlog, I can't go through a whole list of 150 names. I just want to let everybody know that I really appreciate it. And I could always use more subscribers. I'll probably let you know that too at the end. Today is a day when I had, as occasionally happens, I had a subject all planned, and then something else happened and I had to talk about that instead. Actually, there's a couple of things, some interesting things. First of all, Donald Trump, the former president, has a website finally. He's got his own website that I assume cannot be taken down. I hope he has his own server. I don't know. He can certainly afford one, but he has a website up. I'm putting the URL or the URL, whatever the heck you call it, the website address. You can see how I'm not very technical. The website address, it's down at the bottom of the screen there. I'll keep it up for a little while. Maybe I'll put it in the description too, if I can remember. But he has a website. But more than that, well, I'll get to the big announcement in a moment, or it's a big announcement if you're a Donald Trump fan. But first of all, I have to, well, it's about Facebook. They really are disgusting. All these liberal platforms really are terrible, the way they censor. It's just getting worse. It's getting worse and worse. I'm glad that Donald Trump has a website. There are rumors that he is going to have a platform where he can make, well, I went on the website, and the problem I have with the website, the Donald Trump website, maybe because it's new, there's a home page and there's a press page, there's a donation page, but no updates, no real news. The whole point of having a platform, well, a platform would be a place where conservatives could go to speak freely and have an audience, because if Donald Trump establishes it, he's going to have a big audience, I assume. We'll see what happens with his website. I am eager to visit the website, but so far there's nothing really much there. But I want to talk about Facebook today as an example of how horrible this censorship has gotten, and how much I hope that there will be someday a conservative alternative to it. I used to be a member of, or whatever you call it, I had an account on Facebook. I got rid of it a long time ago when they started doing, well, I actually got rid of it when there was this big brouhaha about people being able to hack into the database and get information about the members. So privacy. So I thought my privacy was at risk, so I canceled my membership, then deleted all my files, everything that could be deleted, I deleted, and I never rejoined. I also had stock in Facebook. They are doing really well now, but I'm not participating because I got rid of my Facebook stock when all this censorship business started. I just could not, in good conscience, no matter how well the stock might have done, well, it is doing well. And same thing with Twitter. I never got stock in Twitter. I still have a Twitter account, but I only use it to promote my music channel that I'll refer to, well, I do at the end of every vlog, but I don't go on Twitter. Very, I won't say never. Maybe if I really get riled up about something, I'll put out a tweet, but generally I have nothing to do with it. I have definitely nothing to do with Facebook. But as you know, and one more thing, if you're a conservative, I don't know why you belong to Facebook yourself. You should get off, cancel your subscription. You're just helping Mark Zuckerberg and the Facebook liberals by being on that channel. You are somebody to attract advertisers. I would just get off. I really don't know what you're doing on Facebook. And I especially don't know after this item. Now, as you know, I'm sure Donald Trump has been banned from Facebook. He cannot post on Facebook, which is disgusting in itself. He was the president of the United States, by the way, and if he runs in 2024 and wins and becomes a president again, is Facebook going to censor the White House channel and President Trump? Well, it would not surprise me. I would not put it past them. But right now, Donald Trump cannot post on Facebook, but it's even worse. Lara Trump, his daughter-in-law, did an interview with Donald Trump on some podcast or other and posted the interview on Facebook. Even before she posted the interview, this is a tweet from Eric Trump with another tweet embedded in his tweet. So you can see what he's saying. This is Facebook, friends. What an absolute slap in the face to 75 million Americans. These would be the Americans who voted for Donald Trump. Here's a message that somebody got. The name is blacked out for privacy reasons, I assume. But I told you about this interview that Lara Trump did with Trump. Somebody close to her, if not Lara Trump herself, received this message before, I'll just read it to you. Hi, folks. I saw on Lara Trump's Instagram account that she will be hosting an interview with President Trump tonight. Just a reminder that content posted on Facebook and Instagram in the voice of President Trump is not currently allowed on our platforms, including new posts with President Trump speaking, and will be removed if posted, resulting in additional limitations on accounts that posted it. This guidance applies to all campaign accounts and pages, including Team Trump, other campaign messaging vehicles on our platforms, and former surrogates, which apparently includes Donald Trump's daughter-in-law, Lara Trump. So she did the interview, she posted it on Facebook, and true to their word, here's the second tweet, the follow-up that came after. This is from Molly Hemingway. She writes for the Federalist, the website. Lara Trump reports that Facebook is banning her from posting video of the former president of the free United States and threatening her with removal as well. Big tech oligarchs exercising raw power to silence their political opponents is utterly terrifying to observe. And it is. And here is the message. The same thing. Hi, folks. We are reaching out to let you know that we removed content from Lara Trump's Facebook page that featured President Trump speaking. In line with the block we placed on Donald Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts, further content posted in the voice of Donald Trump will be removed and result in additional limitations on the accounts. Thanks, some horrible fascist idiot named Caitlin. So you see, not only can Trump not post himself, but nobody can even have an interview with him. Any way, shape, or form that Donald Trump is speaking in his own voice on Facebook or Instagram, it will be removed. if that's not disgusting, then I don't know what is. And something really has to be done about big tech. And it's not going to be done as long as we have a Democratic president and a Democratic House, except to call for more censorship. That's what the Democrats want. They want more of what was just done to Donald Trump. They want it done to probably all conservatives, maybe even including me. I'm just a little guy, but hey, I'm a conservative. I say stuff maybe they don't like, so I should be censored. That's what Democrats want. So nothing will change until we have, and I know the day will come. I think the day will come very soon that we're going to have a Republican House and a Republican Senate again. It can't come too soon for me, but we need a Republican president. I pray, hope to God that that Republican president comes in 2024, and that is Donald Trump, and that Trump and that Congress just go after these guys. Well, I think the FCC might have the power themselves to declare there's some 1939 law that the FCC used to impose net neutrality. I think they're able to use that same thing to reclassify these giant platforms as utilities. What happened to Bell Telephone when I was a youngster should happen to these big tech oligarchs, these big tech oligarchic fascists. Now I'm going to end with some good news. If you are a Trump fan, if you're a Trump fan, I can't, full disclosure, I'm a conservative, always consider whatever I say in the light of my being a conservative, but also I'm ambivalent about Trump. I have problems with him, with his demeanor. If he were like a Ronald Reagan in his demeanor, he would easily have been reelected, I believe. His personality is his own enemy, and that's one of the problems I have with him. But I'll take him over a Democrat, over any Democrat, any day of the week, and over a lot of Republicans, too. I'll take him over John Kasich, no-brainer for me. But I have to support him. I have to support him on that basis alone. I hope he would. I would not be disappointed if Mike Pence were the next president. I would not be disappointed if it were Ted Cruz. Any number of, or Ron DeSantis of Florida, who's doing a fantastic job. But if Trump runs, he gets my vote in the primaries. If he does not win the primaries, which I cannot honestly imagine happening if he runs, if he wins the primaries, he's got my votes. I'll vote for him in the primary, but I'll vote for whoever the Republican candidate is in the general election. But anyways, I'm delaying giving you the good news if you are a big Trump fan, or even if you aren't. I'll get to that in a moment, but here's the headline. Trump says he is considering first rally since leaving office as he floats 2024 run. Former President Donald Trump says he is considering holding a rally in the near future as he continues to tease the idea of a 2024 run for the White House. And I'll just jump in here for a second to say that I think a big part of his decision will be how the Republicans do in 2022. If the Republicans retake the House and the Senate, definitely he will run. He will run and have, or expect to have, a Republican House and Senate. If he's going to have what exists right now, if the Democrats manage to hold on to even one House, let alone both houses, then I don't think he'll run. Definitely if the Democrats have both houses, I would be very doubtful that he would run, because he wouldn't really be able to do much. But getting back to the article, in an interview with his daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, this is the interview to which I just referred, the one that Facebook took down and Instagram took down. In an interview with his daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, he also took a swipe at the media for playing down President Joe Biden's recent trip and fall on the Air Force One steps, dismissed Twitter as, quote, boring, unquote, without him, and said that the new administration's green policies were so far to the left that even Senator Bernie Sanders would not back them. And I'm just going to jump in here again, because do you remember I can remember a couple occasions. There was one occasion where Trump he held a rally. He was walking off the platform. He was walking down a ramp, and it was a little slippery, or his shoes were. It's happened to me when I've gotten new shoes that the soles have been slippery, and I've actually slipped even on level ground. But he just momentarily slipped. Nothing like what happened with Biden on the steps of Air Force One, and the press just went bonkers. They just repeated that story over and over and over, speculated that something might be wrong with Donald Trump. But you don't have anything like that with Joe Biden. Nothing unfavorable ever about Joe Biden from our biased press. And the other example that I remember is there was, another rally. He was speaking and he moved his tie aside or something, and he picked up a glass of water to take a sip of water with both hands. And again, more space. He didn't want to mess up his tie. That's what he said, and I believe him. But the main point is the press, again, went on and on for days and days and days. And, a third example, this is the big one, Donald Trump's mental capacity. There were stories and questions about that in the early days of his administration, even before, I believe. He took the Montreal Cognitive Assessment Test, and he aced it. So that put to rest those rumors. But the same press is not they're not talking about Joe Biden's obvious mental incapacity at all, about his obvious dementia, his declining ability to even speak. They don't talk about that at all, let alone demand that he take the same test that Donald Trump took. Perfectly fair. In fact, I would even go farther. I don't have any need to see a presidential candidate's tax returns. What I would love, now that Trump has set the example or the precedent, that anybody running for president has to take the Montreal Cognitive Assessment Test to make sure that they're all there mentally, and the results have to be released to the public. I think that would be a great idea. But I digress. Let me just finish up with this article. Where am I? The 18-minute conversation for his daughter-in-law's new podcast was his first on camera since leaving power in January. He stopped short of committing to a 2024 campaign, but once again he suggested that he is open to the idea. Quote, will we ever be able to attend another Trump rally, unquote? Lara Trump asked. Quote, oh yeah, sure, I think so, unquote, Donald Trump replied. Quote, in fact, we're thinking about doing one relatively soon, just to let everybody know that there's hope in the future, unquote. I hope he goes through with it. I would love to see him doing rallies again. He's going to get, compare the crowds that Donald Trump gets with the crowds that Joe Biden gets whenever he speaks on the rare occasions that he does. It will be interesting to watch all these, the liberal media. I don't know how I know they're going to run these rallies, if for no other reason than ratings. For instance, CNN's ratings, they straight to the toilet when they didn't have Donald Trump to cover anymore. So just for ratings alone, I would expect them to cover all the rallies. But these media platforms, so YouTube is not going to post his rallies, and if it becomes newsworthy, that makes it even harder for them not to post it. It's going to be really fascinating to watch. So Mr. Trump, do the rallies, and also start tweeting again on your own platform. You can't go on Twitter, tweet somewhere else and get millions of people watching your tweets. And I believe, again, that the media will report everything. I believe the media, however biased it is, just as I said, for ratings alone, and also for the chance of all these liberal talking heads to bash Trump and complain that they are, or as we Jews say, kvetch. That's a Yiddish word for complain. But in Yiddish, when you say something in English and you say it in Yiddish, it's somehow worse. So you say complain That's one thing. You say kvetch, it means the same thing, but it's like a couple of degrees worse because of the Yiddish. Don't ask me why, but that's the impression I get. You Christians out there, you could tell me if you get the same feeling or the same impression. But I expect anything he tweets, anything he says is going to get widely reported and overshadow Joe Biden, especially as we get closer to the elections. If he's still in office in 2024, as Trump, if he runs, starts to speak, I think just the news coverage is going to shift way over to Trump. So lots to look forward to, and what I would like to look forward to, well, you can look forward to more vlogs. I would like to look forward to thumbs up if you like this video, and share it with anybody you think would also like it. Got any comments? Comment section below the video where you can put questions, suggestions for future topics. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. I appreciate every new subscriber I get, even if I don't mention you by name. I appreciate every subscriber. You could visit my music channel and my food channel, and I have another channel coming. I'll just leave that to be a surprise, but I have another channel coming that I think you will like if you visit it. But most of all, and the links are in the description, and I appreciate your spending your time with me. I look forward to seeing all of you again, and until I do see you all again, bye.